Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus.
That Dana Bash is such a friendly journalist. Holy moly, look at that face. There's rage behind those eyes. Oh, I get it. She's interviewing that Republican, J.D. Vance. Here she is interviewing Kamala Harris. What a difference. Look at this. She can't even talk without a schoolgirl smile.
What would you do on day one in the White House? One of your campaign themes is we're not going back, staying on President Biden.
Is that normal? That cannot be normal. Let's see how she acts around JD. She looks like she's dying inside.
There's no evidence that Kamala Harris threw him overboard, but I want to move on.
JD is totally thinking, you bitch.
They can call me whatever they want to.
You're saying Tim Walz doesn't have affection for his wife? I don't even understand that. It's just untoward to be criticizing somebody who served for 24 years.
Is it also untoward to interrupt someone constantly?
And for us all to respect one another, that's all he's
on
proposed.
that issue.
I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she lied to the American people
interviewing you, not
about
Kamala
Joe
Harris.
Biden's mental.
Do you recognize them as parents and more broadly as being part of families?
Well, of course I do, Dana. I mean, you know my life story. I was actually raised. I was raised, but Dana, I was raised.
By name.
And I think that that's what we should be talking about.
One last question. Donald Trump didn't serve in the military. He received a medical draft deferment for bone spurs to avoid serving in the Vietnam War, reportedly as a favor to his father. Do you find that shameful too?
God damn, Dana Bash brings the sass. Let's see what kind of hard-hitting questions she gave to Kamala.
The photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces that you were just talking about was watching you accept the nomination. You didn't explicitly talk about gender or race in your speech, but it obviously means a lot to a lot of people, and that viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
Tell me about how you feel, Kamala.
One of the first people that I gave a hug to after my RNC convention speech was my stepmom, who's been an incredibly important person in my life.
So she's not childless.
My kids call her Mama. Of course she's not childless, but again,
you called her that.
The criticism, I certainly did not call my own stepmother childless.
Kamala Harris.
I criticized Kamala Harris for being part of a set of ideas. I criticized people for being anti-child, and I do think that Kamala Harris has made some bizarre statements.
Listen, I don't want to seem ungrateful. I'm super thankful that we have an unbiased journalist who can sit down with Tim and Kamala and edit it down to all the best parts and then refuse to release the transcripts.